Hey everyone. So the Toronto Maple Leafs and Boston Bruins played Game 5 last night. Boston had a chance to close out the Leafs on home ice, and they absolutely blew it. I only got to see the third period of that game, but it was all I needed to see. So Boston had a terrible first period. Tuukka Rask was not good. He ended up getting pulled for Anton Hudobin. They were not good defensively early on in the game, and they found themselves down 4-1. They made it 4-2, and then it was 4-2 going into the third period, and from there on, Boston dominated the play. They outshot Toronto 20-5 in the third period, and that was just shots on goal. They had tons of more chances, but they missed the net a bunch of times. They hit a post a couple of times, and then they had a bunch of shots blocked, and they made this huge push but could not get it done and ended up losing 4-3, and they really blew a chance to end this series early. And the most frustrating thing for sure was the missed nets. They had tons of chances to tie that game up in the third period, and they missed the net time and time again. And it was really, really frustrating to watch, and not a good performance from them. They end up outshooting Toronto 45-21 in the game, but they still lost because they could not take advantage of their scoring opportunities, and Toronto did. Toronto scored 4 goals on only 21 shots. Boston had 45 shots and only scored 3 times. That's completely unacceptable, and you're not going to win if you can't convert on your chances like that. Just really, really frustrating period to watch. I'm sure it was frustrating to play in as well. They had tons of chances, tons of high quality chances too, just to tie the game up and at least get it to overtime, and they just couldn't do it. Either Anderson would make a big save, it would get blocked, or most of the time they just missed the net. So Game 6 is in Toronto on Monday night. From a Boston perspective, they shouldn't even be going to a Game 6, but they blew it last night, so now they have to. And this is going to be interesting, because if Toronto wins Monday, then it's Game 7, and in a series that everyone thought Boston was clearly the better team, and probably going to finish the series pretty early on. I mean, they went up 2-0. People started to think they were going to sweep. They were up 3-1. Everybody thought they were going to finish it last night in Boston, and they still have a series here because they cannot finish the Leafs off. And so now we have Game 6. If the Leafs win Game 6, it gets very interesting, because Game 7 would be in Boston, and anything can happen in a Game 7. So the Bruins could end up blowing this whole series, mostly because they couldn't finish it off last night. But that's still a ways down the road. I guess the one positive to take out of it, if you're a Bruins fan, is the fact that they did get all these chances, and that they're probably not going to miss all these chances forever. So if they come out just as strong in Game 6, then they'll probably get a few more goals and probably win the game. They need to be much better defensively, though, and Tuukka Rask needs to be much better. Hudobin played really well once he went in, but by that point it was already too late. So Rask needs to be much better in Game 6 and 7, if there is a 7th, and Boston needs to convert on their chances. That is the name of the game in this series, is converting on your chances. When Boston lost Game 3, it was the same thing. They got all these chances and could not convert, and either let Anderson make great saves or miss the net or whatever. They just could not get the puck in the net. It was the same thing last night. So I guess good news is after that happened in Game 3, Boston came out and won Game 4, and they did convert on their chances. So Game 5 was pretty similar to Game 3. They couldn't convert, so maybe they'll come out in Game 6 and actually put the puck in the net and win the game in the series. But Boston's still in decent shape. They're up 3-2. I just think they blew it last night, and this series should be over. But it's not. They've got to play at least one more game, maybe two, and they better hope that they win it, because if they lose this series from being up 2-0 and 3-1, that would be an epic collapse. So I'm really thinking that they're going to make a strong push to just finish it off in Toronto on Monday, and we'll see if that happens. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow on social media. Check out offthewallhockey.com. All those links in the description. Help this channel grow almost to 100 subscribers. We're getting really close now. So just spread this video around. Spread this channel around. Anyone you know that likes hockey, let them know. And thank you guys very much for watching. And talk to you soon.